What's up, guys? Come on, 1992 here, back with some more Marvel's Avengers content. First off, I want to say I know it's been a while since I uploaded anything to the channel. I had my PS4 had the internal hard drive had basically went, and I couldn't play at all, and it was a very difficult process trying to obtain a PS5, as you all know. I lucked out and got one, so I'm now able to resume streaming for other games, multiplayer and single. Back to doing breakdowns and streams. I'm going to be doing a lot of focusing on this game. Ever since I was going, champion points were brought into the game, giving us more reasons to grind and get on every day and keep playing. As you can see, I've accumulated a good bit of champion points. I wanted to do an update video on my full melee build. That is what this is. So yes, let's get into it. Um, so First, I want to show you the masteries or the champion points and how I have them spec'd. There is a video that's up right now on the channel that I have to take down. I thought I had the settings set correctly for the audio to record and it didn't, so I'm gonna run through it again. For your combat boost, it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is grab full melee damage straight down. This is what you'll grab first whenever you're first obtaining your champion points, because you want your base damage before you start building crit. If you build crit before you have any really substantial base damage, your crits are going to be low and weak. So, like, yeah, you're critting, but you're not critting anything crazy because you have no base damage to begin with. You're not going to see any substantial melee rating boost from this. I mean, you're going to get some, but when it really starts to scale and climb high is when you start to go after your critical chance and critical damage. What you go after second is going to be your critical chance, because as somebody who's full melee, you have low proficiency, especially if you're running two ISOs that are triple might. So you'll get your critical chance to raise your ability to crit more. That'll make up for your lack of proficiency, and this will start to send your melee rating through the roof. Next, you want to go after your critical damage boost. You know, your critical damage is already going to be high. That's one of the perks of being full melee. As you look in this window up here, you can see my critical damage under Valor is 286%. That's really, really good. And my crit chance is now, after finishing that category, 32.9%. And that's honestly, it's awesome. I would like to have 45%, closer to 50. You could experiment with that if you want. Personally, I think this is enough, however, especially when you take into the factor that you're going to embiggen, and I'm going to get into how the melee build has changed with embiggen later on. Over here we have the status and stun damage. Now, I know you don't think this is important because you're like, I have low intensity, so I'm probably not doing much stun damage anyway, but that's actually wrong. Whenever you use embiggen, your intensity goes up a substantial amount, and so does your stun damage. So add these points to that to stack it up even higher. I do think you get slight melee rating boost from adding the status and stun damage. I would definitely be able to confirm that for sure once I get an extra 5 points and add that extra stun damage in. But when you are embiggened, you do have extra stun damage. That's why you're so easily flinging people around whenever you're button mashing square and triangle. Afterwards, once you complete the tactical boost and you grab your melee from the combat boost, that is the bare bones of what you need for your full rating melee build. Now, if you want more survivability, you can go ahead after some defense and maybe even some willpower over here. But granted, that's not going to be anything super crazy because you don't have any resilience or resolve overall. As you can see, my defense is a low 773. What I would recommend after doing tactical boost and your combat, your full melee perks, I would say grab the heroic charge rate, because you want to get your embiggen as fast as possible and as much as possible, and definitely want to get those healing spirits to give yourself a little bit of a defense boost and just pick me up if you take a hard hit that you couldn't dodge. Moving over into the Masteries, I have changed nothing since my previous 3000 full melee build, so this is all still the same. If you are running something different and you want to try this out, I'll leave it here for a few more seconds so you can screenshot or mimic it on your screen. Next, for the specialty, these haven't changed either. I like these exactly where they are. It's very much the same from the last video. And of course, none of that changed. So moving into the gear. Now, currently I have the Tactagon on. If you want to just do flat, consistent damage the entire time and try to build up your status effect, run a Tactagon. It will get you your highest melee number from your exotic artifact. However, I just uploaded a video of me and my group burning the super adaptoid in 30 seconds, and it was using this full melee build. However, I'm no longer running the Tactagon, especially when I want to burst something out. I'm running the Nornstone of Lethal. Now you can see my melee took a hit. I'm no longer at 4,200, but whenever you embiggen, you get a damage buff. If you Nornstone on top of that, that's a double damage buff. The goal or the dream is for me to find a piece where I get a damage buff from like doing a perfect evade or something, or reviving a teammate. That would be awesome because you would have 3 in that situation. Where the damage is coming from that's crazy is button mashing squares Kamala. When you get that 3rd or 4th melee where she starts to windmill and spin, it can do 161,000 per swing. And that is a lot of damage coming out. And you got to think you have what, maybe like 15, 20 seconds of the Nornstone, 30 seconds of Embiggen. You are letting off some insane damage in a short time. Now, I know what some people are thinking. That's if you get the hits off. Thankfully, to some of my gear perks, I have invulnerability in it. This one comes from heavy attack criticals, which is nice because I do mix in some heavy attacks while I'm fighting with my Embiggen. So if you can get your invulnerability to proc, or if you can just get behind the enemy, I guarantee you're going to see some insane damage. The gear pieces aren't super important. Invulnerability does help you a lot though. And the gamma damage is definitely what's making this very crazy. Because it's applying like on every hit, and when you're in big, and man, it's so crazy. Definitely check out the video. I'm going to drop it in the comments so you can see it for yourself in action. The range build piece, I don't really use this at all in the build. I just grab a range piece that is going to boost my melee rating. Just gun something that is raising your melee rating and not hindering it. For the defense piece, I lucked out and found one where if I revive a teammate, I get an invulnerability buff. That was solid. It's a 64.6% chance. That's pretty good. Other than that, I also get a defense buff from this piece. That's the main thing I'm looking for in this one. Having a little bit of defense on your melee rating can stop, certain ads from one-shotting you. Granted, everybody who's fought the Super Adaptoid knows he one-shots a lot of stuff. The ISOs have stayed the same. In fact, these are the same 2 ISOs I've been rolling with since I finally found triple ones way back in the day. I heard that there are better ISOs out there, but I have never seen them. So, I mean, keep your eyes peeled. This is all you have to run. Again, I'm not too focused on the perks. However, this is pretty solid because light combo finishers, and that's exactly what I'm talking about when you're playing is when you're in your embiggen state, button mash and square, your light combo finisher is that whirlwind, and that's why it's doing so much damage. I mean, it's on both of them, so by all means, like spam that out. You will see some crazy damage. Overall, that is all the build changes for my 4,000 plus melee build as Kamala. I run this every day I play. I am going to do a tank upload soon here. I actually have a full tank exotic set from doing family reunion so many times because it seems like all it drops is either range gear or tank gear. And tank Kamala in there, if you have not done it, it's insane. You are practically unkillable. The amount of hits that I've consumed in there was insane, and whenever I do it, I run um the Obsidian Spirit one. I'm definitely go into depth with that one in a later on video, and even I'll probably even like stream it whenever we tank it as well. It's pretty fun because I have to switch around certain things. Like I add the taunt for the embiggen. But if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. I will be doing my best to get back to regularly uploading because I very much enjoyed and missed it over the time that my PS4 was not working. Thanks, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.